Hey everybody, Chris Smith with California Gay Adventures. I want to do some last minute reminders for a Big Sur trip coming up. I am going to be reading some notes, so here we go. We're going to have about 80 people at this event. So we're going to be in Plaskett Creek, campground in southern Big Sur. You probably heard of some of the road closures. The road closures are north of the campsite, so you can easily get to the campsite from Southern California. For those coming in from San Francisco and the Bay Area, they will have to go around. They'll be able to navigate via Google to find that. There's not a lot of cell service in the area. You can get cell service if you go down to Gordo. There's also showers down there, paid showers. There's also stores and things like that. So that's only about 4 miles away. You can also go to Ragged Point, which is about, I think it's like 8 or 9 miles, maybe a little less than that. So, and then we have San Simeon below that where the Hearst Castle is. So I'm going to run through my items. We have 40 people in the group sites, 15 in the overflow sites, and the rest of everybody is in private sites. We do have to remember that even though we call this a campground takeover, there are going to be other people in the campground. There is another group site. So we have group site 2 and 3. There is a group site 1. So there will be other people in the campground as well. So we do need to observe and respect the other people for quiet hours. Of course, we're going to have a lot of people, so it's going to be a dull roar, but let's not go crazy. We'll actually turn off music if we have music at around 10. If we're going to do a movie night, things like that, we'll definitely make sure that we have those wrapped up by 10:30. I'm going to run through a few other items. Itinerary. We'll see most of you guys on Thursday. We do have one site, just one individual site that I'm going up on Wednesday. I do have a couple spots in my car on Wednesday available. If anybody wants to come up on Wednesday, let me know. On Thursday, when you show up, our check-in time is 3 p.m. So show up anytime after 3 p.m. Want to make sure that we don't get a bunch of people in early. They have been pretty strict about that in the past. We're going to get tents set up. We are going to have camp hosts that are going to help us kind of put the tents in different spots just to make sure that everybody can fit. And then we're going to set up the kitchen and we're going to have a group dinner. We're going to have brats on Thursday. Friday morning, we have a hike to Salmon Falls. So if you want to do the hike, we'll meet in the main group campsite where the kitchen is, and we'll all gather there and we'll jump in cars. It's always best to carpool since parking is limited in the area. So we'll do that on Friday morning, and then we'll have a group dinner Friday evening. On Saturday, those of us that are going to Hearst Castle, we're going to Hearst Castle down in San Simeon. We do have reservations for 11:40 and noon. We'll all go down there together. And then afterwards, whoever's in different cars that are carpooling down can go get lunch or go back to camp. We don't have a big, huge restaurant for all of us to go to. So it's basically do whatever you want afterwards, and we'll meet everybody back at camp. That evening, we're going to have for sunset, we're going to have our onesie parade. We're going to do our onesie parade out to the edge of Sand Dollar Beach and get some photos and have a contest. It'll be fun. We're also going to do some things like movie nights, karaoke, things like that. We don't have that exactly in the itinerary. We'll just do it as we feel we can. On Sunday morning, there is a hike led by John Talbot. It's Vincente Flat Trail. It's also known as the Kirk Creek Trail if you want to look it up on All Trails. And it's a really good one. I'm hoping we can go a lot further than we did last time. So that trail is probably the one that you can go a little further. If you have a group that does want to just go a ways and turn back, as long as there's a couple people, it totally can, because it's an in and out trail. That evening, we're going to have which is basically our last evening before we leave. We're going to have a sunset beach party. So we're going to bring your stuff. I'm not sure if we'll take an easy up. We'll see. It looks like it might be cloudy, but we'll have a lot of fun on the beach. We're going to take down some stoves, and we're going to do a group dinner on the beach with a big quesadilla bar. So that's planned. Thanks, Bob and team, for putting that together. And then on Monday, which is Memorial Day, we're gonna head out. So we'll check out by 10, 11 o'clock and head home. As far as arrivals, I already said arrivals after 3 p.m. on Thursday. Parking, this is really important. In the group sites, we have, I think we have 18 spots and we have 40 people. So that's really important for us to carpool. If you're not carpooling, you will need to park in the overflow parking all the way in the front of the campground. There's about 8 spots there. So once that's full, you'll have to figure out where you can park outside of the park. There's little pullouts, there's little dirt roads, there's different places to do that. So I really suggest to get into a carpool. I'll talk about that in a minute as well. For standard sites, just a reminder that first vehicle, For standard sites, the first vehicle, like if you're in a private site, you're near a standard site, first vehicle is included in your registration. Any additional vehicle is $10 a day. What we've found in years past is they don't take credit cards, or debit cards, so they take cash, and so then people have to kind of run down to Ragged Point or whatever, and they owe them money. So it is, if you have a private site, definitely talk to the people that are in the private site and figure that out and bring cash, because you will need to cover about what is that, 4 days, so about $40 on that. For the people in the overflow sites, bring cash as well, I would suggest. And then we can discuss. It is part of the registration fee for the oversights in the group. Group sites don't have to worry about it at all, but the oversight sites, the second car will have to pay that, and you'll have to pay it on your way in. So we can discuss that. If you are parking in an overflow site, we'll just reach out and discuss that individually. Meals. So our meal list is filling up. And everybody, thank you, everybody. Everybody but about like 4 or 5 people that have registered have all signed up on the meal list, so that's great. Some people did sign up for 1 or 2 items instead of 3 or 4. So if we have some other items that need to be grabbed, so if you can go back into the meal list and just grab 1 more item, that should be able to have everybody bring all the meal items that we need to be able to have great meals. So we always bring more than we need, but that's better than not having enough. So I appreciate you for doing that. So you can go to the event page, click on the meal list, and then just go through it. And if you can pick 1 more item, that'd be awesome. If you're already bringing 6 or 7 items, don't worry about it. But if you're bringing 2 or 3, if you can grab 1 more, we'd really appreciate it. I am bringing the gear trailer, which is all the kitchen gear, and we're going to be bringing all that kitchen gear. We're going to be setting it up on Thursday. If you get up there on Thursday around 3 and you see that we're still setting up, if you can, after you set up your tent, after you set up all your gear, come on over and you can help us string up lights or put up some decorations and stuff like that. So we'll have a lot of fun with it as well. And then when we leave on Sunday, definitely pack up your stuff and get your stuff ready to go, and then come over to the group kitchen and stuff and help us, so that it's not just a couple people doing all the work there. We'd really appreciate it. The last thing, let's see, tents. So just remember, if you're staying in a group site, don't bring a 12-person tent, because you will not be able to put it up. There are a couple people that have private sites that might have some extra space. So if we do see somebody that has a huge tent, you are going to be asked to move. We are asking people to bring maximum 4 6-person tents. Those are pretty decent sized tents that can still fit your queen size bed. We're not asking everybody to bring little backpacking tents, but we just can't have those huge, massive tents. If you're bringing that, I think the people that do bring those typically have their own private sites, and that'll be fun to see those. Let's see. One suggestion, Aladdin actually put me onto this, and because I am a light sleeper, but earplugs are awesome. So I do suggest bringing earplugs, and I'm going to bring a thing of earplugs. So if you need some, just come see me. I'll be happy to share that. The last thing, a reminder, we're at 8 minutes, is just quiet time. It's hard when you're having fun, but we don't want the campsite hosts to come through and scream at us. They're usually pretty cool, but if there's a family and other people near us, we want to be respectful to them. So after 10 o'clock is quiet time. So, we'll be around the fire. We'll be having fun. It'll still be a dull roar, but we don't want to be crazy, and we want to be respectful to others. Looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. Some people are coming up on Friday, and we'll see you in Big Sur.